Yeah, this show is 100% fan supported, blah, 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 etc. You know what to do. By the way, guys, we didn't even break $100 last night. Kinda rough. Bethany James 06, what did you mean by this soon comment you made about Rumble last night? Hey, by the way, Allan, buddy, pal, we know that's you. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of gay to pretend to be a person you're not on the internet. That's very weird in the first place. But I just want you to know, Allan Powell, that we all know that's you. That we all know that's you. Nobody doubts it. By the way, when you use this burner account to say like 3 or 4 things that nobody else is interested in hearing about, and then when I go into Adonis Paul's chat and you ask me the 3 or 4 same questions as Allan Powell in AP's chat, you understand, right? Basic powers of deduction. It's like, oh, okay, that's Allan Powell. So I know that's you, Allan Powell. Actually, why do we even keep Bethany James? Right? To say, yeah, that person never really did anything for me. Yeah, bye. Bye, Bethany. Yeah, that's been Allan Powell. It's been Allan Powell. I figured it out last night. When he was like, hey, how do you know that they didn't sell your car already? I'm like, because I called them and they told me they didn't sell my car. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, well, you better get fucking running because, yeah, pal, they probably sold your car. And then literally last night I was in AP's chat and this Allan Powell was literally just harping on it. They probably sold my car. And I'm like, these niggas is lame, bro. These niggas are lame. Mr. West said, why not let him be? Let who be? The guy who's been stalking me for 5 years? A creepy little ghoul who keeps track of my stool movements? He literally keeps track of my daily bowel movements? Yeah, no, I have no reason to keep him around, Mr. West. Very little reason to keep you around either. So I'd watch myself. I would very much watch my tone. Because I'll throw the Mr. West baby out with the Allan Powell bathwater. Don't think I won't. Don't think I won't. So, God, man, some of these dudes though are really bad at doing this. They're just very bad at doing this. And then they think like, man, I got them fooled. It's, no, you don't have anyone fooled, man. It's just, we just ignore you most of the time. Oh, Mike Herb saying, watch it. Yeah, fucking watch it. In the famous words of Steven Crowder. Stephen Naveed, thank you. 2 coffees, says, I missed the top of the show. You get the caddy back? I hope so. Not physically yet. This is becoming a fucking miserable process, to be honest. So I called them today. Called the place that has my car physically. So what happened was when they re-put my car, right, there's 2 places. There's a recovery place that steals your car. And then eventually they bring it to a place to get auctioned off, right? My car is sitting at the auction place, not at the recovery place. So I call the fucking Outlaw Josie Wells, said, fuck, how much by now? No, it's paid. Everything's paid. This is what I'm getting to. It's not me fucking it up. I've already paid, and it's not the finance company. We're all satisfied. Here's what happened. I call the place that's physically got my car, and I'm like, yo, I need my car back, blah, blah, blah. Can you do me a favor? Just check the system, blah, blah, blah. She's like, give me the VIN number. I give her the VIN number. She goes, let me check. She comes back. She goes, yeah. She goes, she's like, it's cleared. Your finance company cleared the car. She's like, it's legally your car again. She goes, we can't sell it. We're not allowed to do anything with it. So you can come get it whenever. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, is the plate on my car? She goes, no, they took that. The recovery team took that. I'm like, fuck. So I call the tow truck company. And I'm like, hey, man, you guys have my license plate? I need it because I'm going to get my car. And the guy's like, oh, you need to make an appointment to come in. I go, I can't just come in and get my plate. No, it's not always somebody there. So you just have to call in and you have to make an appointment. I said, okay, cool. Let's make an appointment. What time tomorrow can I come in and get my plate? Oh, no, you got to do it on the website. I'm like, I can't just arrange with you a time tomorrow that I can be there. Somebody can show up and somebody can give me my goddamn license plate back. And I'm like, no, you have to make an appointment on the website. So I'm like, cool, fine, whatever. I go on the website immediately. I'm like, I need an appointment. You go on their website, you choose recovery, which is what I'm doing, recovering my vehicle. You can set a date and a time. So I was like, tomorrow, 1:30 in the afternoon, I want to come get my shit. I immediately got an email saying, we're not going to accept an appointment with you. Their automated system said, we can't accept an appointment with you because we physically don't have your car. You have to call the auction place to get your car. And I'm like, so that's where I'm at now. So now my car is mine. I have an appointment to go get my car Thursday because apparently you have to make an appointment with this place too. So I have a fucking appointment to get my car back Thursday. And at some point tomorrow, I'm going to have to fight with these motherfuckers to get my goddamn plate back. It's literally right up the street at a fucking tow truck yard where they're not opening it up to just give me my fucking plate. But I did verify with everybody involved, so I hate to crush Allan Powell's soul. He's like, I bet they already sold your car. And I called them and they're like, no, we didn't sell your car. They're like, it's sitting here. It's safe on our lot. It's yours. The finance company already informed us. And I have like up to 30 days to go get it. So I'm going to get it this week. It's just, it just was a pain in the ass. But no, I talked to the lady today at the auction. She's like, oh, no, yeah, the car's here. It's yours. It's straight up. It's fine. You're good to go. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, Hog Dog, honestly, I'm thinking of doing that. I'm thinking of showing up in person and then just telling them, like, you can't just withhold my property from me because you're too lazy to be there during the day. Damn. That's kind of mean. Damn, bro. So, on Buy Me a Coffee, right? Some people can sign up and support you like monthly or support you annually. And I guess like 3 years ago during the Teddy Hart stuff, the guys at Wrestling Soup pledged for like a year for Nightwave on Buy Me a Coffee. And like when you end your support, right? Like I've done this with Patreon and other places where I go on and I just have too many subscriptions, especially people that I'm not even like, they're not even putting out content anymore. Like I went into my Patreon one time and I'm like, why am I still giving Beige Frequency money? Like, you know, no offense. I like Beige Frequency, but I'm not like religiously watching his stuff or anything. And then there was like other ones that I was supporting monthly. Who was the guy that used to make those old timey videos? Remember that guy? Who was that dude? Fuck, I can't remember his name right now. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? There was a dude that used to do like old timey newsreel weekend reviews of all like the gay e-drama that was going on. And he'd be like, this just in, Ethan Ralph arrest drummer. That's what it was, drummer 828, D-ball. So like I canceled my support for Drummer because Drummer came out and announced he's not making content anymore. He's retiring. So I'm like, well, I'm not giving you money. So when you go into these things and you can choose why you're not going to give money anymore, right? And I understand if people aren't going to give me money anymore. I can't remember the last time I interacted with Wrestling Soup. So I can deal with them just being like, why are we giving Mersh money every year? This is stupid. I understand that much. What I didn't like was the reason. Look at the reason. I don't care. Like, again, you don't have to give me money. You don't have to support the show. It is what it is, right? But like a lot of times, like I'll choose like my financial situation changed or just not supporting as many creators or, you know what I mean? There's plenty of little. Do you know what Wrestling Soup's reason for cancellation is? It's kind of insulting. I don't wish to support anymore. That's cold. That's ice cold. I don't wish to support anymore. Like, that's such a weird. It's phrased poorly. Now, I don't think the Wrestling Soup guys have any beef with me. I've never had beef with them. I know Scampoli had beef with Wrestling Soup. I always liked the Wrestling Soup boys. What's funny is I subscribe to them on YouTube. I still listen to Wrestling Soup clips. They're in my algorithm. But it's like usually got my financial situation saying, or I'm just unable to support anymore. I can't commit that amount of money, or, you know, I haven't watched the content in a while. But it's so funny, the phrase, I don't wish to support anymore. Like as if they're like, we know what you really are, Mersh, and I won't have any part of it. I'm not going to play a role in your fucking, like, what? You know what I mean? Like, it was a weird way of phrasing it. I shan't support Mersh anymore. Yeah, Mike Herb, emotional damage. Oh, it's a good reference. Surprise, surprise. Said you're trying to do that right now? Oh, the Baked Alaska thing. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Walking away from somebody when they're trying to beat you up is one thing. Walking away from a fucking federal informant who's schizophrenically screaming over and over again for me to punch him first is not walking away from a fight. And anybody who thinks that it is either a child who has never been arrested or you just don't like me and you want me to be the guy that fucking ran away. Again, Baked Alaska isn't a tough guy. Begging somebody else to hit you first so you can mace them and then call the police is not being tough. That's not tough. We've seen what happens whenever anybody gets physical with Baked. Didn't he have to go to fucking jail because he maced a goddamn bouncer? Like, that's the one thing people like always trying to go, yeah, you ran away from Baked Alaska. I ran away from a psycho who was going, hit me, bro, hit me in my face, bro, hit me in my face. And I'm like, nah, nigga. It's one of the weakest arguments people make. Why did you run away from Baked Alaska? I ran away from a schizophrenic who was begging me to hit him in the face in front of cops. And I was like, I'm not doing that. No, because I'm not a fucking 20-year-old drunk faggot. Like, here's the deal. If you hit me, I'll defend myself. If you threaten me, my life, or my property, I'll defend myself with lethal force. But what I'm not going to do, ever in my life, is get goaded into hitting you first. That's bait. It's called bait. I don't take bait like that. If you want to fight me, fight me. Hit me first. We'll see where it goes. I might even lose. I'm not a tough guy. But what I don't go around doing is hitting people first. Like, honestly, I can't think of the last time I struck somebody first. I was in my 20s, man. No, we jumped the pedicab driver in on Christmas Eve in Ybor that one night. But even then, I didn't throw the first punch. Yeah, because I didn't throw the first punch. He grabbed my buddy. I don't think he meant to grab him like fighting, but he kept touching my buddy. And my buddy was like, don't fucking touch me. And he touched my buddy again. And then like, I was like literally, I think, one of two white guys in a group of 6. So it was like 4 black dudes and 2 white guys. And this dude grabbed my buddy again. And my buddy just started fucking stomping the shit out of him. And then everybody got in and we all kind of fucking got our kicks and punches in on him. But like, that was just me going with the crowd. But I don't go around hitting people. Yeah, in my 20s, I'd be doing a little coke, drinking. I'd get a little tuned up and I'd get pissed off at somebody and I'd go fight them. But like, come on, bro. But that's like in your 20s, bro. Like, I'm not, yeah, man, I don't hit people. I don't hit women. I don't hit men who offend me. You know, I always talk about when I ran strip clubs, right? I've been called everything but a child of God. I have had things that were said to me that are just, to quote Luke Gallows, acrobatic and uncouth. I've had people say things that are clearly designed to bait me into swinging. You know what I mean? And I just don't, words don't like hurt, man. Words don't hurt, especially when you're dealing with drunks or you're dealing with like degenerates. It's like you just don't. Nah, Ada Wolf, I disagree. Ada Wolf says, honestly, I think if you had a genuine conversation with Baked Alaska, you guys could swash the beef. Unfortunately, Ada Wolf, you might be right, but unfortunately, I can't have a genuine conversation with a man who isn't genuine. You catch my drift? In order to have a genuine, honest conversation, it requires both people to sit down with genuine and honest intentions. One of us is incapable of that. Keep in mind, this is a guy who kept saying like, fight me, bro, fight me. Aren't you going to fight me? And I never once in all the time we had beef did I ever talk about fighting Baked Alaska. All I did was call out the fact that he's a sleazy little worm who uses people and uses people for clout, uses them for content, throws them onto the bus. He's not a good person. And I'm not a good person per se, but I'm honest and I'm genuine. So no, Ada Wolf, I think that you're seeing him through. No, Ada Wolf, he hasn't changed since becoming a Catholic. And with all due respect, Ada Wolf, I like you. I know you support the show and stuff, and I'm not trying to bury you right now, but I promise you this, that if I could nominate one person in this chat to take a 30-day rehab from the internet, it would be you. And I don't mean that, like, I'm not trying to dunk on you or yell at you like I do with some people. I like you, man. But a lot of this, like, you were the biggest, most gung-ho, like, let's destroy Dick Masterson because him and Ethan Ralph are temporarily fighting with each other. But Baked Alaska's a good Catholic, man. Like, man, you really fucking, like, I hate to do this, but
that's because you're a mark. What a mark.
You're a mark. And I don't mean that like in a shitty way. You know? And this could be an origin story for Ada Wolf hating me someday because I'm being honest. I'm just being real right now. You're a fucking mark. You're a terminally online mark. And you're invested in some of these internet personalities that you've decided to invest in. And it's not a healthy path. It's not. The days of sucking off Nick Fuentes and baked, the days of pretending that we need to have fucking baked Alaska Saint candles, you got to stop it, man. Stop it. He's not a good guy. Now, with that being said, I'm not even saying he's necessarily a bad guy. Trust me. If you gave me 100 prison cells that I could put anybody of my choosing in, if you gave me 1,000,000 prison cells of my choosing that I could handpick each person that would fucking occupy those jail cells, I don't think Baked Alaska would even crack the top 1,000,000. We got bigger fish to fry and there's worse people in the world. It's not like, I want you to be clear. I want to be clear here. I don't think he's a bad guy, but I'm baffled by your commitment to this fact that he's so supposedly a good guy. He's not. He's not a good guy. Ada Wolf, no, I don't hate you. I'm just being honest with you. I spent a whole week at Bakes. Oh, well, case closed then. You know everything. No, you know what, man? You're right. He's the greatest guy ever. I forgot. He's literally Florence fucking Nightingale because you spent a week at his house. Wow. Hey, you know what? Pessy and Frozen Asian have spent a week with me in an Airbnb. I bet I can get them to go on the stand and testify that I'm a goddamn saint on earth and I've never placed a bad fucking sports bet or gotten too drunk in my life. Holy shit, man. It bothers me, man. It bothers me to see people that these internet niggas, man, they get their hooks in you. It's just no matter what they do, no matter what shitty behavior they display, whatever they do, it's like, no, he's a good guy. I stayed at his house one time and he made me feel relevant. Good. Good. I'm glad he made you feel good. That is not the basis for being a moral person or again, I don't care about morality per se because morals are relative. They are. I know moral relativism is supposed to be a bad thing, but I think that the morals we can all agree on, don't fuck kids, don't rape women, don't steal from people who don't deserve it or are poor, and don't hurt people that don't deserve all that kind of shit. We all agree on that. Even certain sociopaths can agree on basic tenets. So I don't want to get bogged down in morality, but let's get bogged down in something that is important, which is honesty. And you sleeping on his fucking couch for a week is not a fucking a case closed, be all end all fucking prosecution argument for why, or defense argument for why he's a moral man who never tells a lie. He had to tell his daddy chop down the cherry tree. Stop this. Stop it. Not because it affects me, because I don't give a shit. It diminishes you, Ada Wolf. It diminishes people's opinion of you when Ralph and Dick start going at it with each other on the internet a little bit, and you're already like, fuck him and fucking retard. I hope he has a retarded baby with his old wife and fuck this fucking guy. Fuck Dick. It's fucking 10 toes down. We're going to kill this nigga. And Ralph even is like now sober and out of rehab and going, yeah, I got to reach out to Dick. We got to make that shit right. And we got to shake hands and bury the hatchet. That's what I tried to tell you. You're too ride or die for e-niggas. You need to stop. Stop being ride or die for e-niggas. And when I refer to e-niggas, I'm referring to myself as one of those e-niggas. Don't ever let me catch you being this ride or die for me, because you don't know me. You don't know what kind of skeletons I have in my closet, and you certainly don't know shit I've been capable of in the past, that I've done some really shitty things. So I'm not a good guy. Louie, what are you doing? Stop it. Get out of here, you fucking... Your Momo? Oh, it's just a bag? You can go to the bag. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can play with the bag. Go ahead. You don't want to play with the bag? I had a bag left over from Uber Eats and he's playing. I thought there was food in it. I'm like, don't you dare. And I was like, oh, it's empty. So yeah, I just hope you get my point, man. Because I'm not trying to bury you here. But it's just like, you know what I mean? Ada Wolf said, yeah, because I know what Dick said about Ralph. And that shouldn't concern you more than it does Ralph. I feel like, dude, this is the point, and it's just gonna... you know what I mean? You know what? I'm wasting my time. I'm gonna get worked into a fucking shoot with this guy. I like Ada Wolf. I don't want to, but Ada Wolf's not getting it. He's not getting any of what I'm trying to say right now. Ralph was in this chat not even a couple of fucking days ago. And saying that, yeah, I need to bury the hatchet with fucking Dick. And agreeing with my original take, which is that you have some valid points, but you also were being a massive faggot. Dick had some valid points and was also being a massive faggot. And men have to sit down and sort this shit out. It starts with people shaking hands and admitting that we were both being massive faggots. Just saying, man. It concerns me because it was said about a specific person too, not just Ralph. Okay, fine. Again, good, fine. Shouldn't concern you any more than it does them. Okay? If I call K-Rads a nigger faggot, there is zero, and when I say this, I mean there is zero reasons in all the universe for you to carry the weight of that more than K-Rads. Are you missing my point here? You're missing my point altogether. I don't give a fuck what Dick said, and I don't give a fuck who it was about. It wasn't about you. Just like whether or not me and Baked Alaska sit down and have a beer summit has nothing to do with you. Why are you carrying so much of this burden for all of us? Why? Why are you doing this? It is an astounding waste of energy and time, and it's an investment. I'm asking you, I'm not asking you to explain who said what to who and bam, 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 bam. It was about me. Then why didn't you just say that? Are we now doing women thing? Well, it's not just about Ralph. He said things about others. Well, unless it was about you, I can't understand why you'd be mad. It was me. Why didn't you just say that? Now I feel like I'm talking to a woman. Holy shit. Now we're wasting entire steps of this process because we're going back and who was it? Oh, somebody said something about Ralph or somebody else? Somebody else. Was that person you? Yes. Go back to the top. You see what I mean? We're going through this flow chart and you're jamming me up because you're acting like a fucking woman. Oh, why are people like this online? Stop! I promise you, there isn't a streamer on the planet who you will be ride or die for who will ever reciprocate that. Ever! Nah, you know what? Actually, Rumble Patriot, I kind of want to get rid of you. Tell me what to do. Sorry, man. I'm just what? No, Ada Wolf, I don't need the whole explanation in the chat. I don't. I don't. Honestly, I don't even need to know what Dick said about you to know that you're still way too heavily invested in it, in these people, in all of these little goofy ass e-niggas. It's too much, Ada Wolf. If this was a WWE show, I'm getting to that point where I'm starting to feel like you're one of them retarded niggas who's going to jump the barricade and attack Seth Rollins because you don't know it's fake. You know what I mean? You're like that retard that tried to attack Stone Cold Steve Austin once. You know, you're at a wrestling show ready to jump a barricade and commit assault and get banned for life from wrestling. It's like, stop. You shouldn't care this much. Just go to the stadium, buy a hot dog, get drunk, watch the show, and get home. Fuck, dude. Again, Ada Wolf, the problem is that you and I are having two different conversations. We're having two different arguments. You're arguing as to why you're right and why this guy wronged you and you should pay him back. And I'm light years beyond trying to argue with you that none of it should matter. Like, if you went with my premise, none of this shit would matter. You wouldn't be bogged down in all these other little things that you're worried about. Because I would just be going, but none of that matters. It's fucking gay. It's fucking gay and stupid. Sometimes I laugh at the amount of effort people put into me, and I'm like, man, like some people just put a lot of effort into trying to like ruin my day. And I'm like, joke's on you. I ruin my own day all the time. You know, I had money on the Chiefs this year after a great Duplessis fucking weekend. So I love ruining my own life. I don't need your help to do it. You know what I mean? I've dated strippers. I've done a lot of drugs. I've ruined my body. I've ruined my life. I got my car repoed. I don't need anybody's help to ruin my life. So when I see all the effort people put into their little planks, it's like, man, it just makes me laugh. It's like a lot of effort goes into that. Like a lot of time, a lot of wasted energy, a lot of time and energy wasted caring about niggas. So we can't even have this conversation, Ada Wolf, because you're over on this wavelength where you're like, but here's why it matters. And like, here's why this one thing that was said about me this one time matters. Whereas I'm well beyond you going, here's why this whole world and universe doesn't matter. This entire galaxy that you're in right now, none of it matters. None of it matters. None of these people matter. And nothing they say matters. You know what I mean? There are places I like to go out to eat. There are places I like to go out to drink. There are hobbies I enjoy. And there are people I enjoy those hobbies with. And outside of those circles and family and friends, you come to find when you get older that none of the other shit matters.